Sometimes we have cartoons so good that they may just as well pass as anime. Yeah, so let's talk about these cartoons today, or otherwise known as pseudo-anime. Hey guys, what's good? This is Dorian here. Today let's talk about, of course, pseudo-anime, cartoons that sort of fit in as anime, also known as honorary anime. So yeah, basically just cartoons with a more anime-esque vibe or more serious tones. But yeah, starting off this list, I would like to say that this is, at the end of the day, just my personal opinion, and let me know what you guys think down below. But yeah, these are 5 shows that I really like personally, so let's actually talk about them. And yeah, these are mostly Western shows, so bear that in mind. So yeah, at number 5 we have, of course, Teen Titans. Teen Titans, not the original one, not Teen Titans Go. So the original Teen Titans had a lot of complexity to it, and it is actually so great that it still has a lot of entertainment value till this day, despite how old of the show that is. Yeah, it still holds up really well today, especially with how many great characters there are, especially with Raven, Robin, Cyborg, etc. With Raven having a lot of complexity to the point that she is on everyone's profile pictures nowadays, till this day, yeah. Also, I would also say that Teen Titans Go, although it is kind of a flop, I do think it has a bit of comedic value, but the original Teen Titans is where the entirety of Teen Titans' hype really lies, and it is a really great show that you actually should check out even if you did not grow up with it, because trust me, you will enjoy it. So, at number 4 we have, of course, Jackie Chan's Adventures. So Jackie Chan's adventure, of course, follows Jackie Chan, but he actually is along with his niece this time, and they're going on adventures together, fighting bad guys. And this is actually something that has a lot of superhero vibes to it, but it's also with also strong Asian themes in it here and there. But at the same time, this is a show that, despite being a more American cartoon, actually follows a lot of anime tropes, and it's to quite an impressive degree as well. And there's actually a lot of influence from anime that is quite visible throughout the show, and it's hard to ignore it because of how great it is. So yeah, Jackie Chan's Adventures is actually something that also pays a lot of respect to the Chinese zodiac. So yeah, it is obvious that, of course, Jackie Chan was, of course, Chinese, so obviously, since that is about him, it is obviously going to pay more respect to Chinese culture than it is to Japanese culture. But regardless, in my personal opinion, to justify my reasoning as to why I do think that this passes as a honorary anime, is because of how the plot structure is, as well as how the narrative of the entire story follows with Jackie Chan, and the episodic structure with a lot of depth to it, even though this does remind me of sometimes of Gintama and Cowboy Bebop. Although it is nowhere near there, I do think it is still a pretty great show that deserves attention and you should check out. At number 3 is where we get into the good ones. The top 3 is where my favorites lie. So at number 3 is my favorite show of all time, actually. But yeah, the last 2 actually have a stronger and more prominent inspiration from anime. But yeah, at number 3 we have Boondocks. The Boondocks is a pretty great show. Why? Because the Boondocks actually has a lot of funny moments in it, and this is the only show in this list that is primarily a comedy show. But regardless of the comedy, it is really fun to watch, especially with characters like Uncle Ruckus, and Uncle Ruckus actually ends up having a really tragic backstory, and you find it out later. And Boondocks is one of the only shows that gets you into not within the first 3 episodes, not on the first episodes, but literally the first few seconds, the Boondocks manages to catch your attention. That is something remarkable that not a lot of people actually talk about, and I think that's a charm of Boondocks that often gets overlooked, and in my personal opinion, it is one of the best shows of all time. So with that out of the way, enough about Boondocks. I could go on and on about how much I love this show, but next of all, let's move on to Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender is literally the definition of honorary anime, the type of anime that we all love actually. Why would we not love Avatar? Especially with how many great characters there are, from Zuko to Azula to Sokka, to Katara, etc., etc., and of course Aang himself and Toph. But regardless, Avatar The Last Airbender of course followed Aang as he went around to master the 4 elements and actually follow his avatar destiny with of course the companionship of Sokka and Katara, as well as Appa and Momo. But yeah, Avatar actually manages to deal a lot of entertainment. Actually, it's just so great. I just cannot find the correct words to describe how great Avatar is. Even till this day, it actually still stands up. In fact, if this was an anime, I do think that it could be around the same rating as Fullmetal Alchemist. I do still like Fullmetal Alchemist more, but Avatar is around there too. And Avatar is one of the highest rated shows on IMDb for very good reason, even though I'm usually someone who disagrees with the popular opinion a lot. But regardless, Avatar is still a masterpiece of a show. Not The Legend of Korra, but Avatar. Yeah, Avatar is still really a masterpiece. Lastly, of course, we have none other than Samurai Jack. Now, Samurai Jack is actually a really interesting show. Why? Because it has both episodic structure as well as a more linear structure. Now, this is actually something that I really find interesting because Samurai Jack, within the first episode, establishes a strong plot, but throughout the next episodes, Jack is just aimlessly going around between worlds and we see a lot of fun adventures that are episodic. But towards the last season, which literally took 12 years to come out, yes, that is not a joke, we actually end up getting a more cohesive and coherent narrative with Jack actually being stuck in time for 50 years and then waking up and still not aging. And this is really interesting because throughout these adventures, Jack actually experiences new things in life, and we actually see great development throughout Jack's life. And also, the fact of the matter is, this is where Jack finally finds his love interest, and also manages to finally take down the big baddie, that being Aku. And Samurai Jack, in my personal opinion, is so good because of how much it actually focuses on both the past. Yes, the history in Samurai Jack is actually very, very accurate to how the cultures were back then. When you actually study history, it is a very accurate portrayal, and also the imaginative part of it is really fun too, with how it explores how the world could develop in time if, of course, Aku took over. And it is really imaginative and creative. That's something that I really enjoy about Samurai Jack, and Samurai Jack may as well be one of the greatest shows of all time that deserves a lot more attention, despite the fact that its attention, how much people actually know about this show actually has decreased over time, with people who did not grow up with this show actually having forgotten about it. So yeah, there's Samurai Jack. So there are some honorable mentions I would like to mention out before ending this list. Some honorable mentions that almost made the list, of course, include Young Justice, Ruby, and of course Batman the Animated Series, and also Archer. Yeah, those 4. Gargoyles and the Thundercats may as well be there too. But yeah, these are some shows that really have a lot of entertainment value, dare I say sometimes even more than anime. Also, if I were to talk about some other cartoons, these are just, and yeah, keep that in mind, these are just cartoons that share a strong resemblance to anime. There are cartoons that don't share a strong resemblance to anime that are still great too, of course, one such cartoon being Regular Show. But with that out of the way, yeah guys, this was my personal opinion on honorary anime, and with that out of the way, I will see you guys next time. Cheers gamer, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and bye, I'll see you next time. Yay.